What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Vanilla Rice video, and I'm really excited about this one because we are going lower by about an inch with Vanilla Rice. Not as low as we went with the truck, but a little lower. Give it a little better stance. We're roughly going to drop the car about an inch with the shocks and struts that my good friend Tony, well, friend of the channel Tony, I mean, I think he's my friend because he gave me a whole bunch of shocks, but anyway, that's beside the point. Whether or not I have any friends at all is not the concern of this channel. What is, though, is this suspension setup. There's a really good walkthrough on VFAQ, which I've linked to below in the description. This is different than any other strut setup that I've ever done before, and I wanted to just sort of highlight how you can do it. It's not necessarily easy, but it can be done. First thing you have to do is take apart the whole assembly, take apart the top, and then cut open the strut housing, the strut casing, the strut shell, the strut, I don't know, what do you call that? You have to cut the old strut out of the housing, then drill a hole in the bottom. We used die grinder, but you can use a chain cutter, whatever. There will be a little leakage there, and that's fine. Then drill a hole in the bottom, use the center punch to mark it. On this side, we were able to get it perfectly centered and perfectly right and drill it. The other side, we have to go back and do a little adjustment because it was just a little bit off. And if you have it just a little bit off, it's not gonna work. After we got the first hole drilled, we tried the bolt, but it wouldn't quite go in, so we had to go in and wallow it out a little bit. You guys might remember Mike, the mechanic in charge, and that's one of his shop students, Vern, who really helped me out right after I had my appendectomy surgery, so thanks guys. Now, once we got the hole set up just right, we were able to put the cartridge in, put a little blue Loctite on it, and run it up. Then came the kind of hard part, which was harder than I was expecting. I thought that with the spring, having come off of a 1G, just like mine, it would line up just right, but we had to do a lot of adjusting. Luckily, we were at the school shop and we had this really nice strut compressor, but I almost imagine it would have been just as hard with your regular strut compressors. But Mike was able to work around it and get it lined up just right. So I cut a lot of this because it's a lot of Mike's butt in the camera, and if you're into that sort of thing, you can probably go back and pause for a minute and stare, but yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'm not really into that, so like I said, I cut a lot of that out. After roughly about an hour in total, we were able to get the whole assembly together and take it out of the rack. And I'm really excited because the shocks that were on VR were just completely toast. They were some old KYB shocks, and I mean, this is going to be great because they were completely done. So here you go. That is the final assembly that will go on the car. I've still got to do the other side, which, I mean, now that we know what to expect, it shouldn't be as hard. The first time you do anything, it's always a little more difficult. But I'm really happy with it. I'm really happy with how the car is going to sit, I hope. I'll find out soon, I guess. Anyway, that does it for this little update. I hope this was useful. I hope this was helpful. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. Yeah, so thanks for watching.